We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hi.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from the still amazingly nice weather, sweet Detroit, Michigan. Why did I just call it sweet Detroit, Michigan? If you have not been downtown lately, Detroit, let me tell you, it's changed and it's awesome.
Really is.
Fancy restaurants and walking down the street, having a good time and shopping. And yeah.
Today's Jill Friday. She's going to talk about, I'm quoting her now, I love everything about the land deal except the price. It happens all the time.
Yep.
If you buy and sell a lot of property, you know this happens.
Yep.
If you're still in the beginning stages of your career here, get ready for it.
Yep.
Deal's awesome, too expensive.
Yep. And as a side note, for yesterday, the Happiness Lab is still existing. So that was kind of funny. Clearly, Jack does not listen to that.
No. Nor have I invited to be on the show.
No, that's okay.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our land investors, one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And I hope you know that we have a site now, and we've had it for several years, called parcelfact.com. It allows you to look up an assessor's parcel number and find the property and all the things that we think as land investors you need to know about it to make a real quick first phase one due diligence decision. Mm-hmm. Check it out, parcelfact.com.
Exactly. Okay. Can someone with Land Academy experience give me some advice on Pat Live? I'm new to Land Academy and have the ability to answer my own calls from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I've been in sales for 40 plus years, so answering the phone is the easy part for me. However, if I'm on the phone, it will go to a Vumber voicemail, which I want to avoid. I'm starting with a 5,000 to 6,000 unit mailer month, and I'm going to wrap up to 10,000 plus units a month as the business income grows. My budget's tight, so I'm trying to get a price range on what your average spend is for a 10,000 unit mailer. Thanks in advance for your help.
I think you're setting yourself up for serious success here. If you're going to answer the phone between 7 and 7, it's 12 hours a day. I think that's a great start. I really would highly recommend, Jill, this is more your area than mine, to have yourself with an account with Pat Live or whatever, so that if you do miss calls, which nobody wants, but it happens, especially in the beginning part of a mailer, then
they could roll over to Pat Live. Or for whatever reason you're not available every single day from 7 to 7, you could just flip a switch and have them go to Pat Live.
No, I think you thought this out perfectly well. I love your 5,000 to 6,000 mailers a month, and ramping to 10,000, you're going to be successful.
And taking the initial calls, you're just going to learn so much about this and sellers, and develop your own script and tweak what you want Pat Live to do for you and your business. I think it's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't change a thing. I know it might be a bit in the beginning, but just do it. And there's always waves. You know, when the mail hits, you know it. Yeah, there's a couple crazy days. That's fine. And then it starts to trickle off. You're like, you know what? I can handle this. You could do it. Because you're a professional, Sid, you can handle it.
Yeah. Yes. Answering the phone 7 hours a day is huge.
10.
What do you think?
12. Yeah.
What do you think it would really, he's asking at the end here, for 10,000 units.
For the phone
rollover,
cost?
yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't either.
But that you asked in the right place. Pretty sure
Discord.
someone in Discord, someone's already answered this by now.
Me too. It's probably a couple $100.
Yeah.
I would think. If you do everything that they tell you to do in Discord and limit your script and limit what the phone answering service can say and not say and all that, the important thing is, and you know this already because you've been doing it for 40 years, call those people back. Even if it's just on caller ID. If they call and just hang up, but you have their phone numbers, give them a call back and say, "Hey, I'm pretty sure you responded to my offer on your land in XYZ County. I'd love to buy it. You want to sell it, right?"
It's fine.
It's Jill Friday.
Yeah.
She's going to talk about how she loves most land deals, but just not the price, and what she does about it. This is the meat of the show.
So this happens often. You're a member and you're on our Thursday calls. You know that. Well, so one things we'll say is, "Shucks, 20. Shoot, can't quite make 20 work. Can you get the guy down to 10? Because if you can get this person down to 10,000 from 20,000, now you can't lose because everything else is great." It's just the price. So that happens to me in our own mailers. It happens to people I talk to in our Thursday calls. And it happens to people who send it to me in deal funding. And so that was just a recent thing that made me want to talk about it today was my transaction coordinator put a note into Airtable for me on a deal that I'm reviewing. Like, hey, the person, understands that you're asking for a price cut. They're not really sure how to word it. So I wrote in there, I'm like, well, you hear me do it a lot, and here we go again. But I know it's a scary conversation. Calling. How do you call someone back? And this particular situation too. It's like the wife is terminally ill. I'm not kidding. I'm like, could this be more of a sad story? She's terminally ill, like in the hospital. They need to get rid of this, and they need whatever the most money that we can do for them. Obviously, will help them. However, it's like, shoot, this is my business and my livelihood too, so I can't, I may not be able to make a big number work as much as I would want to. So you have to, unfortunately, whatever the situation is, you always want to be understanding and acknowledge and extend your heartfelt sympathy and speak to them, like this particular situation, speak to them with heartfelt, real response. I understand your situation. However, after I looked at the property and I looked at what's going on in the area and I looked at the distance to the town, I looked at the condition of the road, what's going to be needed even just to get there, fill in the blank. My agent's been out looking at it, kind of thing, whatever you've got. And based on fill in the blank, the best I can do is $10,000. And if that works for you, great. I will open escrow tomorrow and then be silent. You have to let them think. You have to let it, you can't ever talk them, and you shouldn't offer too much information. Just kind of get one or two. Some people think I gave 3 things. The taxes were too high, it was too far, and they only had legal access, not physical access, something like that. They don't need all of that. Just one or two. Like, I really thought this was it, and because of that, and sometimes too, because if there's too many things, they kind of wonder why you're even buying it, and if there's too many things, I'm not buying it. I shouldn't be buying it. And there's plenty of times that I'm calling people back and saying, I love everything about it, or usually in this situation, I don't love anything about it. And the price doesn't matter.
Accept the price.
No, and that happens. Sometimes
they're like, about this land, accept the price.
Yeah, I know. And sometimes they're going to go, like, I'll have people go, you know what? Shucks. I got this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem. And because of that, I can't do this deal. And then and it's a bummer because often they'll go, whoa. What would you pay? Just give me any number, kind of thing. And you're like, shoot, I don't even want it. Because sometimes it gets so small, you're like, it's not worth my time. So, but today is just talking about, I want to give you some content and some meat and ways to think about this and word sentences. So when you're in this situation. So again, the first part is acknowledge whatever's going on with them in their world. Be really cool about them. Don't be businesslike. Be cool, because you want to still get the deal done, right? This is only for the situation that you really do love it, but the price is the last piece. You're like, doggone it, I love everything, I just can't afford it for that, because at that 20,000 number, it doesn't work, because I think I can sell it for 30, and if I'm buying it for 20 to sell for 30, I have no wiggle room. I'm like, okay, maybe if I get an agent involved and look at the escrow costs when I buy it and when I sell it, and now I got to get pictures and I got to post it online. I might be into it for 25,000 by the time I'm all done. Okay, to make 5, and if anything I did guess wrong, I'm in a pickle, and I don't want to do all this work to make $1,000. I want to buy it for 20 and do all this stuff and sell it for 26. But at 10, I know I can't lose.
That's right.
So my 10,000, I'm like, it's a no-brainer. And now I'm staring at the situation where it's pulling on your heartstrings too. You're a real person and they're a real person. And part of the reason why they're working with you and dealing with you is because of that. So please remember this. They love that you're a small company. You're not We Buy Ugly Land. And they appreciate that relationship. And you have set that up with them that this is who I am. It's me and you doing this deal. And I will make sure it gets done. I will take care of the escrow part of it and all of that. So be that person, be at their level. Give them one or two reasons why the price is now is not what you offered. And just get it out there. What is your best offer? And let them absorb that. That's the hardest part too. People they kind of dump on people, have a little bit of a diarrhea of the mouth situation. And I do that every day. I know. Thank you for not saying that.
What?
I think I was saying.
Where did that come
I don't know. I think you're going to say about. Anyway.
Wow.
I don't know. Anyway, let them have that moment to think for a minute and let them speak first. It's hard. The good news is they can't see you. So you're going to get this number out there and you're going to say, this is my best offer. It's $10,000. And then you're going to go 1,000, 2, 1,000. Let it just happen. And then when they go, oh, shucks. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. You guys talk about it. I know that's not what you were thinking, and I wish I could do more, but that really is the best I can do. So why don't you guys sleep on it? Think about it. Call me tomorrow. Let me know. And again, if that does work for you, it's the best I can do. I really put a lot into this. And when you call me tomorrow, if you say, let's go, I will get that money in your hands as fast as I can. I have Susie at ABC Title all lined up, ready to go. And don't forget, I'm paying for all those costs. So this is the money we're talking about, what is going to be in your checking account. So let me know. And then that's it.
I have a couple points to make. Number one, this should not be your business model. We're not here to try to get to squeeze every single acquisition penny out of every single piece of land.
Right. Don't be that guy.
Offering somebody's hand for $30,000. They say, you know what, 40, you got a deal. And it's worth 80 wholesale, maybe 90 with a fast turnaround because you did all your homework on where to send mail. That's good enough. Don't try to bang them up so bad on the price that you lose the deal or you become without integrity.
Right.
You have to maintain a level of integrity and respect, mutual respect for everybody. There's legitimate reasons why you can't. The property, you just can't. You're going to have to solve something, and it's a real cost. Then that's real. But to get that same property for $30,000 instead of $40,000 is silly, and it's a waste of time. You'd be better off spending more time sending another mailer out. Number one, I forgot my second point.
Wait, don't be that guy. Mm-hmm. Don't make this your business model.
I wonder.
I'm trying to help you.
What? My second point is this.
Okay.
This was really hard for me. I had a personal hurdle to seriously get over this topic when I started.
Really?
Yeah, because
why?
Yeah, because I'm staring at this deal. I want to buy and sell land and be successful at it. I don't want to really be working in my W-2 job anymore, and I want to make some money. I want to get this thing going. And so, I sent the offer out. The offer's what I wanted to pay. They came back and said, nope, it's going to be this number. And it's like, I know I can make it up on the south side. I really want to just get in this business and get it going. Don't do that.
Right.
You do not ever want to pay too much for land where you're so out of your comfort zone. You've got to make it up somehow.
Right.
You'll end up with a lot of property and no money.
Yeah. It's funny. I have one right now. When you do this too and you let it go, and then, so let me finish this whole thought. So they call you back tomorrow. They're like, yep, let's go. Or they're like, no, it's just not going to make us do this. We'll hold on to it. We'll figure out it. We'll sell something else, whatever it is. So please be sure and leave them with, I understand. Hang on to my letter. Please hang on to my number, and if anything changes, please reach out. This is my business. I'm here. Let me know. And let that go. Because I have a guy right now. He's in England. You probably heard me talking about him back and forth. So we came back, his number, this is what's interesting is this particular individual spent way too much. Let me give you an example. I think he spent $1 million on 160 acres, right? We offered him $1,000 an acre, 160, it was like $180,000. So a little more than $1,000 an acre. So we offered him $183,000 or whatever for this 160 acre property. And of course he's like, yeah, no. So I had a broker look at it, right? And the broker's like, it might be worth $300,000. That's kind of the top end. I'm like, all right. And I didn't even really like the 160. I kind of wanted like a little bit better, cheaper, but you know what? That's our 180, right? So I still could make $100,000 on it. If I sold it close to 300, buying it for 180, sell it around 300, we're still going to net $100,000. It's not double. I think we're okay though. So, but we weren't on the same page. The guy was like at $500,000 or so. I think he was at 303. I think it was at $3,000 an acre. So that would have been almost $500,000, right? Okay.
300, but it's okay.
Wait, 3 times 160. 3 times 160. Isn't that 480?
450, yeah.
Okay.
480.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm thinking 2,000 an acre.
You got it. Well, so that's what he came back with. So then, and this was like 3 weeks ago, we politely parted ways. I said, that's okay. He's like, I'm not hurting for money. I'm like, I get that. That's totally fine. And I'm not dying for this property. That's kind of how it was. But we had a connection via email, and actually we spoke on the phone one time. So it was really cool. So, and this is the power of this connection, by the way. So then he just emailed me back days ago, and he's like, you know what? The British pound is not what it's supposed to be right now. And he's like, I'll sell that now for $2,000 an acre. Okay. It's still not going to, that doesn't blow me over, right? Because it's still more than what it's probably worth.
It's 300,000. That's where I got the 300,000.
Right.
And that's where we are now. And, it'll go down.
320.
We will buy this property. Jill.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting.
Jill knows what to do here.
Exactly.
It's really fun for me to watch. This is a great example for this episode.
Yeah.
Of how it's going to go.
Yeah, it's
because
real world.
She'll get that property for the price that
I'll keep you posted.
For us to feel safe about it, not to squeeze every penny out, but for us to feel safe.
Yep. And by the way, when I had that broker opinion, I copied and pasted verbatim what the broker said in my email to him. I'm like, I'm not making this up. This is what a professional in the area said. So your counter offer is not even what it's worth. So I obviously am not going to buy it for more than what it's worth. And even though he spent $1 million on it, sadly, this poor gentleman overspent. So he's going to take the hit anyway. It's just where he's going to get out of it. So the last conversation was, so he emailed me the 2000. I said, so here's my response. I said, hi, thank you so much. I really appreciate you letting me know. It's just still too much money for me to purchase. And he wrote me back. All right, I got it. Thanks. Take care. Now wait, because we all know, I'll keep you posted. Give me a week or two, or who knows, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. I'm the only one that's interested in this property.
Yep.
And again, we have a connection, and he's gonna, like I said, he's gonna take a hit, and we'll see where we end. It's really interesting. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week. You can find us here on the Land Academy Show. Join us tomorrow.
Join us next week.
Oh, next week
for another interesting episode.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
It's Jill.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's Jill Friday, and I just,
I'm sorry.
I just didn't show up.
Did you have some more you wanted to add to that?
No.
I'm sorry.
Not at all.
I'm like, shoot, did I cut you off because you wanted more to say more? I'm like, okay.
No, not at all.
All right. Whew, good. Well, you know what? Happy to be here and happy you're here. 3, 2, 1. We are Jack and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable, and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.